of the Crypto Dough channel, and today we're talking about 16 million altcoins versus one Bitcoin and or versus Satoshi Nakamoto. And for some reason, this has been on my mind because I'm invested in the altcoins, right? I like XRP, I like ADA, I like all these different things. But my plan is to take as much profit as I can from those and probably keep a percentage of those as well for the long term, but use the profit that I'm taking and buy Satoshi Nakamoto. And the reason why I say this is now sometimes I scour the internet and I watch different people, streamers, upcoming YouTubers, celebrities, and I don't really pay attention to what they say and or what they do. I pay attention to what they're not saying and what I'm actually seeing. And for some reason, I keep on seeing people wearing merch that says Satoshi Nakamoto. I keep seeing it. It's like now, and most of the people, if you see it, you're like, what the hell is Satoshi? It didn't say Bitcoin. Oh, no. That's too flamboyant. That's too much sauce, right? It says Satoshi. So I begin to think, it's so many altcoins, and it's just one Bitcoin, or it's one Satoshi Nakamoto. So I begin to think, I said, well, where is all the money flowing? You know? And I figured out that the money is literally flowing into Satoshi Nakamoto. And the reason why I say this and I see it is because I see BlackRock allocating a lot of money. I see Michael Saylor allocating a lot of money. I see Metaplanet allocating a lot of money. I see a lot of companies, what they're beginning to do, and I've been saying this for years, right? If you want your company to be successful or be in the net positive, make sure you add a Bitcoin to it. That's the insurance policy. Let me repeat. Make sure you at least add one Bitcoin to it because that will be considered the insurance policy. Most companies don't make profit for the 5 to 10 years, and if you do, you're not making $1 million. Some aren't, some is, right? But let's talk about the majority here, not the minority, right? So, saying it all to say, this is true. I see why a lot of famous YouTubers, streamers, it's like they're telling you without telling you. If this is your first time on this show, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Help me get to 10,000 subs. That's my goal for this year. So I'm asking you to help me get there, right? So, Satoshi Nakamoto. It's so many altcoins. People can just create altcoins from a damn site. You can create an EVM or build something on top of Ethereum without regulatory confinement or anything along that nature, and it's considered an altcoin. People are building altcoins every day. 16 million altcoins. The money isn't flowing to altcoins, and if it is, it's flowing to a certain sector. ADA, XRP, BitTensors How, just to name a few, right? XLM, just to name a few, right? So then I pay attention to where the cash is really going to, and I say most of the cash is literally going to Satoshi Nakamoto. Most of the cash is going to Satoshi Nakamoto. So why aren't you allocating your cash to go into Satoshi Nakamoto? So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy some more Bitcoin because I keep seeing it. I keep seeing it as if the writing is on the wall, right? I keep seeing it as if the writing is on the wall. I'm not saying that altcoin season won't come. It will, but how much money will actually be allocated to altcoins? How much? You know, Bitcoin right now is trying to stay sturdy. It's trying to stay a bit sturdy above 100. I believe it's 105,000 right now. But generally on the weekend, we trade lower, less volume. So let's just see how it handles this week or two, and finish off June based on the war that's going on overseas. If the United States attack Iran, which to me they already did because they are part of Israel, but Trump is going to do the deal scenario again. He's giving them 2 weeks to come up with some type of deal. They may not even come up with one. He may kick the can down the road. It might pump the market back up. You guys know how it goes, right? You guys know how it goes. We're not going to have a rate cut until September. They can kick it all the way. They can kick this all the way until October, November, and or December for the rate cuts. Because you got to remember, the latest they do the rate cuts is the less damage that it will be in the end, but yet it's still going to be tariffs and inflation and everything else. This is how the system works. This is why it don't matter what plan that they plan on planning with fixing the economy and fixing the budget. It was made not to be fixed, and if you try to fix it based on the procedure, you can't. You will have to time travel in order to fix it, which means you will have to cut out the fiat, cut out the Federal Reserve, and that's a private entity. You can't cut out the Federal Reserve at all. It's nothing President Trump could do. It's nothing Elon can do. We don't vote for who sits on the chair or the board of the Federal Reserve, so therefore I've been scratched at. Hopium is a powerful drug. Oh yes. Hopium is very powerful. We will hope that these things can be resolved and these things can be fixed. Our fantasies can become true. We will hope for these things. But I figured out, with the knowledge that I know and that I have, and the position and how I see things for what it is, not what I want it to be. And for what I see it is, we don't control the Federal Reserve, therefore we don't control the money printer, therefore all these politicians are selling you a dream. Literally. They're selling you a dream. And I stopped dreaming a long time ago. I like doing things in reality. Right? I like to do things in reality. You know? I have my ambitions, very ambitious, but I'm ambitious in reality. Right? So, with that being said, I just want to talk about that and how you should pay attention. If you're having a hard time deciding, should I get some altcoins or should I get some Satoshi Nakamoto? Not financial advice, right? I'll get majority Satoshi Nakamoto and play with some altcoins. I have that in my crypto guide where I show you your portfolio diversification and the percentage on what you should actually do. You know, 80% in Bitcoin, 20% play around with it. Not financial advice, but that's what I'm doing. 80% of my holdings, Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto. The rest, nonetheless, you know, I own a lot of altcoins as well, you know, but let's just say about 6 to 7. I traded Wecan. I may trade a few of them, but what I actually hold is XRP, XLM, ADA, a lot of Bitcoin, and that's what. And I have a couple more, right? BitTensor, Tile, Sturdy. Those are the ones that I like. You may like something else, you know? But I'm paying attention to the cash flow, and it's a lot of money that's backing Satoshi, and it's a lot of money that's inflowing to Bitcoin, and it's coming from the big institutions. So I'm just playing with the big. We're just paying attention to what the big boys are doing. So make sure that you're paying attention too. This is another episode of the Crypto Dough channel. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Get some Satoshi Nakamoto gear. It's in the description. It's in the description. You guys have a wonderful Friday. Have a wonderful Friday. On that note, put on your seatbelts. This is Crypto Dough. It is time.